It's my feel-good breakfast show.
Welcome back. Thank you so much for dialing it in. Now, I know we are in the throes of winter, and if you are stocking up your medicine cabinet for that final push of the winter season, then listen up, because an amazing pharmacist from Redham Pharmacy, just around the corner here, Radar Kader, is here to discuss how to stay healthy as the winter season slowly draws to a close. The snow ain't helping. So good to have you here, Radar. Thank you for joining us. So cool to be relying on the pharmacist in our hood.
I'm so happy to be here.
And I think this is where it comes to bear, your relationship with your clients, because we lean on you in winter. We really do need our pharmacists to step up with the over-the-counter help with advice as well. So I'm going to lean on that first. Why do we see cold and flu just not quitting in winter? I know that there is an attachment, our mental attachment to it being colder, so that makes us sicker, but that's not necessarily what's going on. Why do we have such a battle with the cold and flu?
Firstly, thank you. Thank you so much for having me on the Morning Expresso show. I'm super, super stoked to be here.
It's awesome,
Really,
man.
really happy. To answer your question, there are a few factors that cause us to get more sick during winter. And one of the main factors that come to mind is the decreased temperatures make us tend to spend more time indoors. And when we're spending more time indoors, we're in close proximity with people, we're not social distancing really, and the infections and the viruses just have a bigger chance of sort of getting contracted from one person to another.
That's crazy. So it's not the getting cold that makes you sick, it's the searching for warmth that actually makes you sick, the proximity.
This is the thing. And the other thing is, when we're searching for warmth, we're increasing our temperatures indoors with fireplaces and heaters and things like that. And when we do that, we're basically drying the air out inside. And when you're drying the air out, the nasal passages get dry. And we need moist nasal passages to trap those pathogens. And because the air is dry, your nose is dry, the chances of the pathogens getting in and actually infecting you is higher.
So we are our own worst enemy in that sense.
And then the last thing, I think, from my side would be people getting cold because of compromised immune systems. So not managing stress properly, not sleeping properly, lack of sunshine, vitamin D deficiency. So those are the things that I would say would be the main reason for people getting recurrent colds and flus.
And I know it might seem like you're oversimplifying it, but that kind of speaks to the human condition during winter. We all kind of fall into that. If you're one of the lucky ones who hasn't been sick yet, maybe has a little cold and flu knocking on that door, what are the signs and symptoms we need to look out for?
So, if you haven't had cold and flu symptoms yet,
you're a superhero.
You must count yourself fortunate. In the last few weeks, we've had a huge increase in people coming in with coughs and colds and normal sort of cold and flu symptoms. The symptoms that we see coming in often are just simple runny nose, stuffy nose, sore throats. Yeah. And then the more serious ones that one has to look out for would be obviously raised temperatures, about 38 degrees. Then you're looking at maybe having the influenza virus. Body aches and pains, chilled, and then that's dry, persistent coughs. So those are the ones you need to look out for.
And if it hangs around, I mean, you know yourself better than anyone else, and you know your kids, and I think you kind of get that threshold where you know, okay, I need to kind of step in, either speak to my pharmacist or take it a step further. We get a lot of over-the-counter medicine that helps on both fronts in terms of the immunity, often just managing the symptoms so we can feel a bit stronger. What are your recommendations there? What should we be stocking up with in terms of our over-the-counter pushback to winter?
So the first thing one has to do is, if you've got symptoms of cold and flus, the first thing you would do is sort of probably pop down at your pharmacy and get some over-the-counter muti. They ones that contain simple things like paracetamol, phenylephrine, and vitamin C's to basically assist with the symptoms. What we've done is added to the over-the-counter things that people normally would get for cold and flus. We'd always recommend something natural, and one of my favorite natural products to boost the immune system as well as fight the virus is olive leaf.
I don't know if you've heard of olive. Bro. I live by it.
So olive leaf, except been around for 150 years, comes in a drop form, in a tablet form. We recommend the spray.
Yeah.
I call it the invisible mask. It really is a super product. And
I managed to tackle an abscess on a tooth with olive leaf, so I get you, man. I get where you're
yeah,
coming
so
from.
spray into the mouth, it basically does three things. The one thing is it has a strong anti-inflammatory, so it helps kill the bugs in the back of the throat. It's got antiviral properties. It basically helps kill the virus. And then the last thing would be it's got strong antioxidants in, so it helps boost the immune system. So olive leaf's a good one.
I love that, and I love it's worth thinking about. It's okay to feel bad and address those symptoms and feel a little bit better, because I think when the body feels better, you can fight off these things. So the man flu ain't no joke, okay? If you've got those aches and pains this morning, I feel your pain, brother. I feel your pain. But I love the fact that you can get over the counter to help with the symptoms, help with the immune boosting. You can look at whatever resonates with you, and I really do like the idea of natural. Use your pharmacist, use the compound knowledge of generations worth of people helping in this space. So I'm going to thank you on behalf of all of the hundreds of people that have leaned on you this winter, and the few more that are probably going to come through your doors. Help is at hand. Speak to your pharmacist about what you can get over the counter. And if you feel like it's progressing just too long, speak to a professional. Help is at hand.